Yeah, we living in a yeah. We all got dreams, but we stuck in the grind. Looking back at the past, but it's time to unwind. Everyone can do it, just gotta take that step. Stop dwelling on the losses, let's rewrite the rep. Hating on the president, calling him corrupt. But let me break it down, we gotta interrupt. Law's been in place, he's just playing the game. Ain't about the man, it's about the system's name. How do we move forward? Let's add something new. Together we can rise, yeah, that's what we do. Don't get stuck in the past, let the hate fall away. We building the future, let's seize the day. Can't you see? You bleeding all over the matrix, caught in the hype. Man, it's all fake tricks. The medic bag's empty, y'all shit out of luck. Wake up before you get stuck. Y'all act like y'all in love, but y'all really in lust. Lost in the fame and the fortune. You ain't got no sense. You got the influencer fixation. You let them run your life. Red or blue, you're just a puppet with strings, always in strife. You think they care, but they don't give a damn. Just chasing the glow of celebrity clout. They'll play both sides, the red and the blue, but they're just pulling your strings while you're stuck on your move. You're waiting for someone to tell you you're in luck, but mommy and daddy ain't coming, they're not in the cut. You're so blinded by the fame, the glitz and the glam, you forget what's real and who you really are. Wake up and see that you're just a pawn in the game. The red and the blue, they're all just the same. Stop being a puppet and take control of your life and break free from the chains. It's time to ignite. How do we move forward? Let's add something new. Together we can rise. Yeah, that's what we do. Don't get stuck in the past. Let the hate fall away. We building the future. Let's seize the day. Can't you see? You bleeding all over the matrix. Caught in the hype. Man, it's all fake tricks. The medic bag empty. Your shit out of luck. Wake up before you get stuck. Yo, I see the struggle, I feel the pain, but we can't let the darkness keep us chained. We got the power, the voice is the might. Let's come together, turn wrongs into right. Everyone's a player, so step to the front. No more division, let's rise from the blunt. It's not just about politics, it's a call to unite. Stand tall, move forward, let's ignite the light. Yeah, we're all in this together, no need to divide. Let's focus on the future, let the love be our guide. From the streets to the halls, let's make change. Break the chains of the past, let's rearrange. Y'all really stuck, puppets with strings attached, waiting for mommy and daddy to tell them they give a fuck. Y'all wondering why y'all stuck? Damn, can't y'all see? Y'all bleeding all over the matrix and the medic bag is empty. Soldier, in the game of life. You're playing with invisible strings, trying to prove your worth, but you're just a pawn in a bigger fight. They say you're just a number, another statistic in the system, but you're a soul with a story to tell. So stand up tall, break those strings, prove to the world that you're more than just a marionette. Don't let them control your destiny. You're the master of your own fate. Don't be afraid to go after and take. How do we move forward? Let's add something new. Together we can rise. Yeah, that's what we do. Don't get stuck in the past. Let the hate fall away. We're building the future. Let's seize the day. Can't you see? You bleeding all over the matrix. Caught in the hype. Man, it's all fake tricks. The medic's bag is empty. Y'all shit out of luck. Wake up before you're stuck. Everyone can do it. How do we move forward? How do we do this? Just add something to it. Some stay stuck in the past. That's not how we last. Y'all hating on the president saying he corrupt. I don't know who he is. I feel like he's implementing what already exists. We gotta rise above the hate and focus on progress. Together we can make a change and leave behind the mess. It's easy to point fingers and place blame, but true change comes from taking action and making a change. Let's unite and work together for a better tomorrow. Instead of dwelling on what's wrong, let's focus on what we can borrow. The power lies within us to create a new path, to break free from the chains of doubt and wrath, believe in ourselves and each other. As we strive for greatness, together we can overcome any obstacle that tries to hold us back. Think about it. It's a little bit of food for thought. Yo, damn. Man. Y'all act like y'all in lust, chasing shadows lost in the glitter and dust, scrolling through the feeds like it's life or death. But these influences don't care, man. They just cashing checks. Stuck in a cycle, puppets on a string, waiting for likes like it's everything. Red or blue, y'all fighting over crumbs. While the real world's burning, y'all just hum and strong. strong until you know. So how do we move forward? Let's add something new. Together we can rise. Yeah, that's what we do. Don't get stuck in the past. Let the hate fall away. We're building the future. Let's seize the day. Can't you see? You bleeding all over the matrix. Caught in the hype. Man, it's all fake bricks. The medic's bag is empty. Y'all shit out of luck. Y'all better wake up before you get stuck. So here's the message, loud and clear. We got the power, let's shift the gear. No more dwelling, no more blame. It's time to rise up, let's change the game. So if you feel lost, just look to the sky. We're all in this together, let's reach for the high. Everyone can do it, just take the hand. Together we stand, united we land. So let's move forward, break down the walls. With love and respect, we'll answer the calls. No more hate, just the power for through. Together we can do it, yeah, me and you, riders. Let's show them how we ignite. Look in the mirror, tell me what do you see? A puppet on a string or a soul that's free? Break the chains, man, it's time to reclaim. Your life's not a game, don't let them play you lame. Stand up, rise up, let your voice be heard. No more silent screams, it's time to spread the word. Riders, let's ignite. Yeah, the world's a stage, but you ain't just a role. Find your truth, let it shine. Yeah, that's the goal. No more fighting over colors, it's unity we need. Plant the seed of change, watch the future succeed. So damn, y'all, stop acting like y'all lost. Break the mold, it's time to pay the calls. Heal the wounds, let the real flow. Step out the matrix, man. Let your true self grow. Don't let this digital world, flatline. It's just a little food for thought. Yeah, we living in a world where the rules don't apply. They say we gotta follow, or we ready to fly. The system got us boxed in, trying to voice of the people. We're ready to provoke. They want us to divide, but we're stronger as one. It's breaking chains, taking names, yeah, we getting it done. It's us versus the system. We're breaking the mold. It's in the air, yeah, we taking control. No more silence, no more fear. Together we rise. Let them know we're here. Riders ignite. In the world of division, they showed us how to share. But the weight of our sorrows, they never taught us to bear. We split our joys and laughter, but the pain remained untold. A burden we carry alone, a story left untold. They taught us to split everything, but not the heavy pain. It lingers in the shadows, a darkness we can't explain. We're left with shattered pieces, trying to mend what's lost. They taught us how to split everything, but not the heavy cost. We learned to divide our dreams and multiply our fears. But the ache in our hearts only grew with passing years. They gave us all the answers, except how to heal. The scars that run so deep means the time can't heal. Yeah, they taught us how to share, but only the good. Smiles and laughter like we understood. But deep down inside, there's a storm we hide. Pain in our hearts, we're just trying to ride. Put on a mask, yeah, we play the part, but nobody sees the cracks in the hearts. We share our dreams, the highs and the lows, but when it comes to hurt, we just close the doors. We share the fun times, deflect the pain, laughing in the sunshine, dancing in the rain. But the shadows linger, they creep and they crawl, breaking us down, but we don't share at all. We got hate in our hearts, but we keep concealed. Taught to share the joy, but wounds, they stay unhealed. They say love was easy to divide, but the heartache never subsides. We tried to split everything into two, but the pain lingers strong. Shared our dreams, divided our fears, but the sorrow remained through the years. No matter how we tried to let go, the weight of our suffering continued to grow. Now we're apart trying to heal, but some wounds are too deep to conceal. They said splitting up will set us free, yet the pain lingers in you and me. In a world where rules are set in stone, the system's grip tightens, we're not alone. Bound by chains of injustice greed, against the odds we fight to be free. Mighty forces try to keep us down, but our spirits rise, refusing to drown. Defying norms, breaking through the mold. In this battle of wills, our story is told. As the clash continues day by day, we stand united, come what may. For in this world where rules don't apply, our strength and unity will never die. They try to silence our dreams, but we're loud and clear. With every step forward, conquering fear. They can't hold us back. We're the fire and the flame in this battle for freedom. We're all in the game. They say it's just a game, but we're playing for keeps. With the strength of the many, we're shattered elites. No more puppets on strings, we're cutting the ties. With our eyes on the prize, we're reaching for the skies. So let's stand together, let's break down the walls. In this fight for our future, we'll answer the calls. From the ashes, we'll rise like a storm. Riders ignite, it's us versus the system, and we're ready to fight. They build the walls, but we're digging tunnels. With every step we take, we're shaking the bundles. From the streets to the courts, we're raising our voice. In a world full of noise, we're making the choice. They want to keep us blind, but we see the light. Knowledge is power, and we're ready to fight. From the corners of the city to the halls of the state, where the heart beat of the struggle can afford to
I love this beat.
The system. We're breaking
I got one other poem.
Yeah, we taking control. No more silence, no more fear. Together we rise. Let them know we're here. Riders ignite. They taught us to split everything, but not the heavy pain. It lingers in the shadows, a darkness we can't explain. We're left with shattered pieces, trying to make us lost. They taught us not to split everything, but not the heavy boss. Now we stand here broken, searching for some light, hoping for a way out, but there's never in the night. But through it all, we find strength in each other's embrace. Together we'll face tomorrow and find solace in this space. They say don't bring the drama, keep it all light. But every night I'm fighting these demons in sight. Whispers in my mind, yeah, they echo and they shout. While I'm smiling on the surface, I'm breaking without. We're sharing the laughter, but what's underneath? A battlefield of sorrow, a war with no peace. We're warriors in silence, but nobody knows how the pain that we carry just grows and it grows. In a world of lessons learned, they taught us how to stand and burn. But the scars we hide deep inside are the ones that never subside. We follow all rules they made, but the emptiness never fades. Their wounds like knives, cutting through even wounds that always grew. They painted pictures of success, but couldn't fix what's left of us. Now we're left to bear the strain of the pain that lingers, never wanes. It's us versus the system. We're breaking the mold. That's in the air. Yeah, we're taking control. No more silence, no more fear. Together we rise. Let them know we're here. Riders ignite. To remember this moment. Remember this space. Remember this sound. We're the voice of the future, and we won't back down. In the face of oppression, we'll stand up tall. It's us versus the system. And united with all. Riders show how
more united with ball. Man, listen, man. We have all the toxicity, all the negativity, all right, all the toxic people in your life. Throw them out the window and Kobe them into a trash can, all right? I love this beat. I think I can come up with 101 poems with this one beat.
I don't get.
But hey, what up, everybody? I hope all of y'all is having a blessed and humble day. Continue to have a blessed and humble evening. Damn, it's already 8 o'clock. Shit. So that means I'm gonna be on this joint for like an hour and a half. Let me give a big shout out to D. She's on this joint, right? I know D is on this joint. Yup, D Goddess for Love. All right. Make sure y'all go check her out. All right. Great conversations, great topics. Look, listen, man. She's into poetry. All right, I know that you can catch her on Mouthpiece on Blended Rounds Healing. So big shout out to Mouthpiece and Blended Round Healings. All right, great content creators on this YouTube platform. I feel as though y'all need to go check them out. All right, once you check them out, you will not be disappointed. Let me give a shout out to my young bull. All right, Young Riaz is in the building. Blessings to Young Riaz, to D the Goddess of Love. And to anybody else is up on this joint, man. Listen, man, we was gonna do this yesterday, but I decided to play all the poetry yesterday, right? We might play some poetry at the end, but it's a lot going on, man. It's Friday. What we talking about? All right, let's be real. Let's build some real, conversations. All right, we're gonna drop the link. Y'all, a lot of listen to Talk Heavy. There's a lot of stuff going on. Like, for example, right, I want to bring up these two topics. All right, I don't know what y'all want to talk about. We're gonna do something a little different today. We're gonna try something different every week. All right, we ain't gonna change the routine because y'all know we love diving down rabbit holes up in this joint. So whether it's tomorrow or Sunday, we're gonna dive down the rabbit hole. But I don't know. I think it's gonna be Sunday. We're gonna dive down that rabbit hole because tomorrow my DMs is blowing up. All right. We're gonna do Anton versus Corey Holcomb. All right, we gotta do the review and reaction to Anton versus Corey Holcomb. So that's one of my biggest, everybody's like really flooding my DMs. But I want to talk about, all right, the Black Panthers. All right. We got the Black Panthers, all right, they're saying they're being exposed, all right. So that's another topic I want to bring up, and I would love to hear y'all perspectives on the Black Panthers. All right. Another thing we're gonna do is, man, listen, come promote your channel. All right. I'm gonna show y'all content creators that I think that are great. We're gonna do a part 2 to this live next week too. All right. So I want to be on here at least an hour and a half, 2 hours probably. All right, because I know the answer's coming on at 9:45. Shout out to the answer. All right, shout out to Yaya, man. If y'all miss Yaya, make sure y'all go check out Yaya Dishing Dirt Uncut. I was just over there. All right, everything over there is lesson for entertainment. All right, Yaya could be very comedic and have spicy conversations. Man, look, listen, it's for grown folks only. All right, so if you're under 18, you're not allowed to go where Yaya is at. But if you're over 18 and you love spicy conversations, or you just love the messiness or the drama, make sure y'all go check out Yaya. All right. But like I said, all right, I would love to hear what y'all want to, talk about with a shorty. Y'all got questions, I got answers. All right. So don't be afraid to ask questions. But let's check these videos out, all right? Because we're just starting, and I really want to get this, this conversation started. I would love to hear y'all perspectives on what's going on. All right, it is a lot going on. And listen, I want to apologize for the second time. All right, I should have did a little more research when it came to Mr. Tendernism. All right, like I was, I was looking at a few videos, looking at some stuff they sent me, and in the live, my dumbass decided to repeat, that Mr. Tendernism, all right, passed away. He's not. Look, listen, man, that is the most messed up thing that anybody could say, even a content creator. And listen, for the first time in a while. And I'm saying in a while, all right, I've messed up, all right, because that's something that you don't want to put out on nobody. Like, oof, like, damn. And I don't even know how people can come up with stuff like that here on social media. But hey, look, listen, it happens. And us as content creators, we have to be careful, all right, with what how can I say, the research that we gather and we put out there. Me, I'm woman enough to say, yo, I messed up, man, on some real shit, and my apologies go out to Mr. Tendernism, but we got to do an update on Mr. Tendernism too. All right, so Mr. Tendernism has popped up, and like the more and more they try to do, damage control on the Mr. Tendernism situation, for me personally, it feels like it's just getting worse and worse for the owner of that, how can I say, smoke shop. But oh, come on, this joint is gonna make me reload. StreamYard is messing up. Hold on, guys. I apologize. All right, right back on stage. StreamYard is acting real, boy. All right, the first case that the first topic I want to talk about, right, is this topic right here. And it's been a while since we reviewed and reacted to some crime cases. Look, listen, this man right here charged. This man right here was charged right after teen girl reports sexual assault during a 7-hour drive. All right. So according to this, it says new details emerge after Philadelphia police say a 27-year-old man, all right, is behind bars after a 16-year-old girl reported being sexually assaulted during a lengthy drive in North Philly. Investigators believe, all right, the suspect, Jonathan, or I guess he goes by John too, has been connected to, other sexual cases in the city for years. Listen, I don't get tired of saying this, all right? I don't give a child 18 or 19 years old. Parents, listen, you got to be like a detective and a cop. As crazy as it sounds, right? We had a lot of freedom. This is not something new under the sun, all right? We had a lot of freedom because as crazy as when I was growing up, I could actually say that, a village existed. All right. It took a village to raise kids. Now you can't even trust your next door neighbor. And y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is just my opinion. All right. Now you can't even trust your next door neighbor. You can't trust the teacher that's teaching your child. You can't even really trust you can never really trust a family member. Because the most of the abuse that happened, to kids was in family. Like inside the family. All right. And it's messed up. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but this is facts. Y'all know we talk about it all here. All right. I'm about to switch up my my backup channel from Writers for Life brings it all, right? To this, bring that name over here, and then, you know, name that one over there, Writers for Life, you know, that's going to be like the family, Writers for Life family, I guess. I don't know, something like that, because it's going to be a family channel. And I'm going to name this channel Writers for Life Brings It All, all right? Instead of the Writers for Life Brings You to Let's Talk About It podcast, all right? The name of this channel is about to change. It's going to be Writers for Life Brings It All. But listen, man, we talk about everything. There's no shame in our game, all right? We bring awareness to everything, all right? And I love hearing people's perspectives, all right? Because when it comes to these topics, yo, I'm not going to sit here and lie. A lot of y'all perspectives, a lot of y'all, you know, how can I say, a lot of the stuff that y'all, you know, talk about, converse with me, right? The dialogue that y'all have with me helps me out when I'm here speaking up for, you know, these policies to, you know, demand changes in certain things within our communities. Now, if you are a part of your community, you know exactly what I am talking about. And if you're not a part of a community, what I mean by that is putting, you know, how can I say, boots on the ground, you know, trying to bring resources to your community and other communities, then you don't know what I'm talking about. All right. But me, I am deeply invested in my community. All right. I got to get back out there. I think it's been a few months that I've been, you know, in the house because I've been recovering, but shit, I'm back. I sound like Dage Little, but I'm back. All right. And I'm better than ever. And I'm going to keep fighting, you know, to get my health together so that I can not just help my kids, but others within this community. But let's check this video out. Parents, please, please, please keep a close eye on your kid. And just because they're 18 or 19, man, look, listen, we're going to have to find ways to really prepare our kids to walk out on these streets because these predators are getting more bold as time passes by.
New details involving an alleged sexual assault. Police tell us the suspect attacked her over the weekend. The alleged victim, a teenage girl, and she says it all started at a bus stop. Kelly Rule reports.
27-year-old Jonathan John behind bars tonight after Philadelphia police say a brave 16-year-old girl called them for help just before 9 p.m. Saturday at B and Rockland Streets in North Philadelphia as John was inside a convenience store. According to the victim, John offered her a ride as she was waiting for a bus on Allegheny Avenue at 2 p.m., but never took her to her destination.
I know I heard this right. And like, how old is she? Do they say it in the comments? Did I just miss her age? Do they just say a teen? And I know parents, man. Come on, parents. Either y'all missing the conversation with y'all kids, all right? But I know y'all got to talk to y'all kids. I mean, we got hard-headed kids out here, but sometimes we have to perp walk our kids, sit them down, all right? Watch some of these little law crime videos that they got on TV. They hate it, but shit, you have to show it to them, right? I don't know. Find a way. What best fits you? Whatever method fits you. But you have to, you know, teach your kids, yo, that stranger danger exists. Either we forgot, but listen, it was talked about a lot since when we was kids. Now it's like you don't hear people really talk about this no more at all. It's like they want to hide it, hush it, or they feel embarrassed having a stranger danger conversation. Why? I don't know. But my thing is, why did she accept his ride? Did she know him? Was he really a complete stranger? And if he was a complete stranger, why? See this right here, right there. I needed to pause it right there. I'm gonna go back a little bit. I have to, because I want y'all to understand where I'm coming from. Either parents are not having this conversation with their kids, right? Or they don't want to have it. All right. I don't even know how to put this into words. Like I know I sound all discombobulated, right? Like, what is going on that you see a lot of these cases where these kids, are the kids being rebellion against the parents? Because then we could turn around and say, damn, we got parents that talk to their kids, right? But then the kid is hard-headed thinking that they grown, knowing what they do, and boom, they end up in a situation like this, right? And then you got the parents that really just don't. Could you call that neglect? The ones that don't have these conversations with their kids? Right, because then you also got the ones that are they're being a little, how can I say, they earn their kids' lives, but they fail to have certain conversations, like I just mentioned. But then you got the ones that don't care. They just throw their kids out there. I don't know if this is the situation, but there's no reason why a 16, 15, 14, 13-year-old should be accepting any random ride from any stranger. All right, and that's why I'm saying there's something missing within these family homes.
inside a convenience store. According to the victim, John offered her a ride as she was waiting
See,
for a bus on Allegheny Avenue at 2 p.m., but never took her to her destination.
Hours in that car, she must have been very, very frightened. She repeatedly asked to go to her destination, and he repeatedly denied her, threatened to pistol whip her.
Police say during that nearly 7-hour terrifying drive, John also sexually assaulted the girl. Police quickly responded after she called 911.
It just so happens that once he arrived here, the investigators noticed that he had on a very distinct red windbreaker, which was in correlation to an earlier job we had.
Once in custody, police say they were able to pinpoint John as the suspect in an abduction earlier in the day around 10 a.m. on Cedar Street. That victim, a 15-year-old girl, said she met a man that went by John on social media, and he arranged to meet on the premise of a job opportunity and bringing her food. But instead, police say he pulled her into his car, and after driving a few blocks, she escaped when he tried to go inside a
so now the other little girl he got her through social media. And this is why I constantly tell parents, man, there shouldn't be no privacy amongst your 16-year-old and, in these social media platforms. I've had parents bump heads with me, be like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. My child works, my child this. Okay, your child this and your child that, but your child is still under your custody, under your care. So as a parent, you got to get a little hard. Listen, my kids rebelled a little bit. My boys, yeah, but then they got their act together. It happens. We did too. Did we forget we were kids? One way or another, we have to put a stop to this, all right? And I feel as though us, the citizens, which is considered the government, right, need to find a way to, fix these policies, right, with these politicians. But then, like I told y'all on one of my previous lives, right, the foundation is what messes everything up, because this old foundation is still, how can I say, based off what was going on from the 1600s on up. But listen, we'll break that down another time. Let's finish listening to this.
Definitely concerning predatory behavior. Like I said, I'm very happy he's off the street. He's pretty much going out there on encountering these juveniles with a purpose. So my fear is that there may be additional victims.
According to online records in the district attorney's office, there are previous victims. In 2016, the DA's office says he was arrested for rape of an adult, but the charges were withdrawn.
What?
In 2023, he was charged with rape in a case that involved 2 victims. The case went to a jury trial and he was found not guilty and acquitted. Then in February of 2025, court documents say a victim told investigators John held her at knife point on West Russell Street, demanded money, and sexually assaulted her. The DA's office says despite months of outreach with that victim, when it came time for the trial, she chose to withdraw from the process and could not be reached by their office or PPD after extensive efforts. And less than 2 months ago, on December 2nd, 2025, they had to withdraw the charges, and John was released from prison.
The DNA evidence alone was not enough for us to meet our burden without a survivor coming forward to explain that DNA was not a result of a consensual act.
They're tough cases, especially when you have someone who appears to be targeting and preying on the vulnerable people who are out to target and to be predatory like this. They sometimes get away with it for a while. We want to do everything we can right now to make sure this one does not get away with it ever again, and that he gets the very serious consequences.
Today, they do expect to have strong evidence in these recent cases, including DNA evidence and surveillance video. John is being held on $750,000 bond with a detainer, which keeps him in custody. Jason.
Man, what a detainer. He shouldn't even have a bail, man. Screw that. Lock him up and throw away the key. All right, y'all know how I feel, man. We built caskets up in here for them. All right, rest in peace to all predators. This says, let me see what the comments say. This guy's been allowed to do this for years. What the hell is wrong with these prosecutors and judges? This is disgraceful. And this is why I say that, when it comes to local, our votes matter. Because locally, right, us, the citizens, are the ones that put these judges into office. But nobody want to hear that, all right? Every time I even touch the topic, people start leaving on here. Like, and what's crazy, it's not just on social media, all right? I noticed the conversations out here, all right? A lot of people is just worried about the president, what the president president is going to do. Like, the president can't do shit locally. We can, but nobody want to hear that. All right, we talk so much about Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, all of them from the, back then, but we don't realize what it is that they did. Everything they did was really locally. But hey, look, listen. It says right here, not for nothing, but why is a 16-year-old getting into a car with a random stranger? All right, and that's why I said earlier, it looks like the parents didn't either have this conversation with them, all right, with their child, or I don't know. I can't, because listen, I talk to my child every day. All right. Every single day. Like I listen. We cannot fail in that part as parents. Somebody said it sounds like it might be a homeless teen who is trying to survive. Some people come from such wretched homes, the streets is preferable. That or maybe drug addiction. I don't know. I can't even say that, but it's a possibility too. This person in the comments could be, on something right there. All right. But one thing I can sit here and tell you is, right, that the system is going to keep, how can I say, repeating itself until we figure a way out. I'll figure a way how to, how can I say, rewrite that foundation. All right. Because make it modern, because that foundation is still based on what was going on in the 1600s. It never changed. Policies have changed. Laws have changed. But go deeper and y'all will understand where I'm coming from and what I'm talking about. All right. Like, there's so many loopholes and why these predators keep getting away with the things they get away with. And then people, how can I say, get mad when we bring these type of conversations. Why? I don't know. Because people could sit here and talk about worse things, right? And that shit draws their attention. But trying to, how can I say, let me put it like this, all right? I hear so many people say, oh, man, we got to make a difference. I got to change the things that are happening in my community. Then do it. You have a voice. But I don't know if it's fear that's, installed in people. I mean, listen, there's so many things that could make people not talk about the things that are going on. Or how can I say, go to town hall and try to make a change or a difference. I don't know. Because you could do it. But people are afraid. But I don't think anybody has nothing to say about this topic right here, man. Like I said, when it comes to this, all right, a lot of us have to come together and try to find a way to change these policies and look into these loopholes, all right? Like, if we're going to change some shit, we're going to really change some stuff. But, hey, we're going to move on to this topic, all right, because I really don't want to talk to myself on this, John. But for those of you that catch the replay, man, let us shorty know what you think and how you feel about this topic. All right. And if you have some solutions to bring to the table, hey, listen, be my guest. No, I want to share the next video. Hey, what's up with you? All right. So let's move on to this next topic right here. All right. I don't know who he is. This video was sent to me. All right. His name is Crank Lucas. I'm going to leave his link down below so that if y'all want to go check him out. If y'all are on the vertical, y'all going to have to copy the URL and paste it somewhere. All right. And if y'all are on my regular YouTube channel, all right, all you got to do is just click on the link. All right. And y'all could check his channel out. Damn, I forgot that I was on 3 channels, yo. Man, shout out to those of y'all that are on Twitch, man. This is my second time on Twitch. I appreciate those of you that are supporting. If y'all supporting, man, and shout out to the ones that are on Facebook, all right? Shout out to everybody that's on Facebook. But let's get back on topic, all right? Now, this is something that I'm seeing everybody talk about, not just here on YouTube, but on TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook, all right? Black Panther chairman exposed as a gang member, all right? Gang banger. Now, if I'm not gonna sit here and lie, all right? I've been hearing a lot of talk about this. I'm not sure if he was an ex-gang banger, all right, but a lot of them do change their lives, all right, and do help out, all right, and they do make a change, they make a difference, but people don't, they don't want to talk about that. They really don't want to touch on that topic, all right, because there are people that were a part of that life and have turned themselves around and have done good for their communities. But the part that that has me thinking is, so we're gonna watch this video, all right? Because they say that on this video, I'm going to see what a lot of people is trying to tell me on Instagram. All right. Now, y'all know that I don't really be on Instagram. My Instagram's a business account, right? But I do accept y'all DMs, all right? Now, a lot of people are saying that the Black Panther, the leader of the Black Panthers, is supposed to be, you know, a sex offender. I'm not so sure how, you know, true this is, all right? But we're going to watch this video, all right? And when we get to that part, then I guess we'll give our input. And y'all do know it's not my video, all right? I got to pause it, give my commentary, and then play it again. Y'all want to watch, you know, the video in totality yourself, right? Go watch, you know, click on the link that I left in the chat and go watch them, all right? Shout out to Crank Lucas, all right, for putting this video out there and bringing the information to us.
Do we have that footage? But come to find out, your man's is a sexual offender. Sexual offender. Register, sexual offender. He got to register.
That, if that is true, that's where the issue might be at. If that is true, all right? So everything that we're talking about right now is allegedly, all right? We don't know if what is being said on, you know, what the leader of the Black Panthers is being accused of is true or not, all right? But we will come up with our own conclusions, okay? Come on, what you doing? Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for the purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Fair use allows limited use of copyrighted material without permission from the copyright holder for purpose such as criticism, parody, news reporting, research, and scholarships and teaching. Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this video or any video, including the Writers for Life Brings You to Let's Talk About It podcast, do not reflects on the opinions of your shorty Racheal and the members of the Writer for Life podcast. Everything we talk about is allegedly and is our opinion. Our videos are not recommended for minors. Everything we talk about and do is meant for educational purposes and also entertainment. Please keep in mind that the majority of our videos are for educational purposes only. This world is crazy. I would say shady. Ironic, right? Nowadays, you can't trust no one. When you do, niggas be having their panties all in a bunch, thinking that they own one. Saying the things that you accomplished in life is theirs and that you owe them one.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, of the court, Crank Lucas, we today have to put the brother Paul Birdsong on trial. You see, I did the reaction video where I spoke about this new Black Panther Party that has out of the blue emerged to assist with the protesters in Minneapolis against ICE. Not just Minneapolis, also in Philadelphia, Baltimore. I think there was in New York as well.
Facts. I mean, listen, when they came and they popped up in Philadelphia, we did the live on it, right? So, hey. Is this legacy or is this, you know, them trying to erase and replace?
And you know, I had my reservations about the legitimacy of this new Black Panther Party. I just thought that it was interesting, and Paul Birdsong specifically, I just thought it was interesting that just out of the blue, here we have the new Black Panthers, and they just emerge out of nowhere, and they're here to assist protesters against ICE, which in my mind could have been a plant by, at this point, it could be Democrats or Republicans to stir up chaos, cause controversy, and give Black people a false sense of ability to fight back. And it's not even for Black people to do. I don't know why, you know, just people in general, you know what I mean? But I did the reaction video, and I still reserve room for the possibility that, no, they are legit, and this guy is legit and everything. And a lot of people in the comments section, you know, a lot of people agree with me. Some people disagreed. They said, no, he's been doing his thing. He might just be new to y'all. And I understand that. But boy, oh boy,
So let me ask y'all, do y'all believe that, the new leader of the Black Panthers is legit or not? Man, look, listen, man, we gotta find this out because I was listening. Listen, y'all know that when I did the live, and I reacted to what happened here in Philadelphia, I was like, look, listen, if they get the cops to straighten up the way they did like that, I'm gonna need to follow him on Instagram, which I did, all right? And then I'm like, I'm gonna have to find a way to link up with him, all right? Because we need to get something started for our young bulls here, all right? For our young men, our teens, our little boys. We need to get them more programs the same way we're finding programs for, our girls. Listen, there's programs out there. Yes, they got football, basketball. They got all this type of stuff, right? But a lot of the boys aren't really interested in that stuff. Some of these boys, I don't know what it is they want to do, but it sure as hell isn't sometimes basketball. Some of them really do want to get into the boxing program, but can't afford it. Their families can't really afford it in the hood because you got to pay to get into boxing, all right? That John is not free. They had a free program, all right, in La Fortaleza, but they closed down the Fortaleza, and that was closed here in HP. So it's kind of like, when they do bring these type of programs, they close them down right away. So I hear so many people be like, we got to get our young bulls off the street. Man, look, listen, we got to find out if he's legit or not before we link up with them, all right? We got to find out.
Do we have some information here about Brother Paul Birdsong, chairman of the new Black Panther Party for Self-Defense? Now, before we get into that, we got a few video clips of just some of the backlash that they've actually been receiving from people in our very own community. Let's watch.
God, Black America. So the quote unquote Black Panthers of Philadelphia, personally, I call them the Black Pranksters.
Oh, shit.
Turned on by the community, and it's a beautiful sight. So I thought y'all should see it too.
This is not the Black Panther Party. This is some sort of alternative COINTELPRO style Captain Saberho Black immigrant Panther Party, but it's not the Black Panther Party.
I know what I was getting from him? William O'Neill vibes.
William O'Neill?
If you remember, William O'Neill is the guy that was sent in to the Black Panther Party to help set up the assassination of Fred Hampton.
My name is Maisha Newton. My father's name was Walter Newton. He was the brother of Huey Percy Newton, who started the Black Panther Party in Oakland, California. Okay? My handle name is Maisha 415 Newton. I got birth certificate, paperwork, and a whole bunch of Newtons who are ready to listen. This goes out to the Black Panther Party, the new United Black Panther.
Oh, man. We're going to have to go down some rabbit holes because, if y'all been following, all right, if y'all been with me for a while, y'all know we went down that rabbit hole. Right? I think it was when the Black Panthers united with, what was it? The oh, my God. They teamed up. I think it was with the Puerto Ricans. It was this crew, this gang. I forgot what they were called. All right. So we're going to skip that, all right? When it comes to my mind, I'll let y'all know. I forgot what they were called. Damn. And we broke down the Black Panthers, how they started, why they started, and stuff like that, right? It is a little completely different from what we was taught in school, all right? We learned a lot, all right, diving down the Black Panthers history. So, I don't know. Could she be correct? Listen, I don't know. We can't say for sure, but we're about to go down some rabbit holes again.
Party, whoever's out there protesting with these Somalians, I'm about to get a cease and desist order against you, and I'm about to sue you.
Exactly. So let me get this straight. We supposed to be ready to go to war over a law being enforced that existed before these people got here. Matter of fact, it existed before this administration, but we wasn't ready to go to war when it was Obama enforcing the law, but we supposed to want to go to war now. For people who generally don't even like us.
And let me be clear about that. I read something that statistics show that the amount of immigrants that were actually deported, not just deported back to their home country, was a lot higher under the Obama administration versus the Trump administration. That's not the issue. There's illegal people from other countries here in this country then they should go through the proper. Problem is the martial law style of policing that Trump has empowered these ICE agents to enact with. They're going into public property, private property. They're just detaining people on the street, just asking random people if they're American citizens. And it's not even just white officers, it's black, it's Hispanic, it's people that's not even from this country.
And Julio P. Newton came with
Julio
why
P.
it was
Newton.
very necessary for people to speak out against it.
Places where there are a lot of immigrants at, I think that the community around them needs to take special care to them and needs to start escorting them to and from everywhere to make sure that they're safe. Because them ICE agents ain't gonna act like that if it's a bunch of people standing outside with assault rifles and shotguns.
So as Black Americans, if
And that was the same bull too here that was standing up to the cops in Philadelphia, out in West Philly. This shit is crazy.
we were really to do that, escort illegal immigrants to each of their desired destinations while holding firearms, what do you think would happen? Either A, the federal government will just give up on pursuing these people completely, or they'll just pursue them anyway, and if you move an inch with that firearm in your hand, they'll either kill you or kill both of you, or you kill them and you end up on America's Most Wanted.
This dude sound like he hosting a kids show. What do you think is going to happen?
They sound like them dude from audiobooks on some real shit, trying to imitate. How can I say them? How they reading the story plot and the twist, and their voice sounds so shocked and so mysterious. Not mysterious. Let me get that out the way because there's no mystery in his voice right now. He sound like a straight up comedian reading. How can I say a novel?
And get the death penalty. I can't really imagine A would be the odd bodies to the list, or get us in on some of this dysfunction, because this is the most white dysfunction I've ever seen.
So it's not weird to y'all at all that all of a sudden there's a Black Panther chapter.
This is why I stopped shopping on Amazon.
This damn commercial. Come on. Commercial on your channel. I mean, I was shocked that they popped up in Philadelphia because I haven't heard about the Black Panthers for years, and they popped up in 2024. All right, in West Philadelphia, take up the communities against the police department. So hey, I don't know. I mean, I was asking the same question. Like, hey, damn, they popped up out of nowhere. Why after so long? But I don't know.
Philly that is posting videos like every day with
My scent of mince egg salad.
the dude that none of us have ever worked with before. That's not weird to y'all? It's not weird to y'all that the algorithm is just pushing that through? It's not weird to y'all that they're showing the faces of the individuals who are recruits and who are working with them. Meanwhile, the people they're fighting against are not showing their faces. That's not odd to y'all? It's not odd to y'all that when you look in the comments, it's a bunch of people commenting who have never worked with them before, who have never said anything about them before. Like, they're praising them because, of course, we all want inspiration and we all want to feel like, okay, folks are stepping up and protecting. But like, if someone can show me track record, I'll shut up. For real, I will. I don't see track record. Like to me, it don't look like the beginning of a movement. It looks like
I mean, when they came here to West Philadelphia, they did their thing. So that's why I'm like, I don't know, but let's continue. I mean, we got to get some more info. This is, listen, everybody's talking about this. Why? I mean, more on me, but I believe that is more on the sexual assault part. Could that be true? I mean, we have to look in deeper. All right. What made them pop out of the blue? That's another thing we have to search in. I mean, listen, I hear a lot of people saying that they're industry plants. I mean, I'm not sure. We have to figure it out. All right. Because they did come to Philly and do their thing. Now, what's going on with, the Somalians and all that shit? Listen, I'm over here, right? Like y'all seen it. Like I've given a little bit of my input, right? But I don't know. I feel like this is a lot of this is going on, and I don't get tired of saying it, is a distraction, right? A distraction for what we always find out when the year is ending or when the year is starting. I don't know. I could be wrong. What's happening that listen, it happened in 2025. It happened in 2024, 2023, before the pandemic started, right? Like, all I can say is, right, this country was built on the back of, the indigenous people of this land, all right? And the immigrants. And what's crazy is that the people, for me, in my opinion, that took over the country are immigrants themselves, all right? They came and took over something that didn't belong to them by force. And they weren't even from here.
It looks like a marketing rollout for an album. That's what it looks like to me from my experience in entertainment. I'm just like the constant psyop is something that I'm always cognizant of, and when I'm seeing that, it's ringing bells like penitentiary cells. Like feel free to course correct me. I'm just speaking honestly about my spidey sensory.
The way that she edited that, did she keep getting out of the bed and standing up in the light and then laying back down to edit it? Because the thought process behind what she was saying was cohesive in the mug. It doesn't sound like she said one part laying down and then got up and said the other part and just happened to clip those into each other. Maybe she didn't just pick the right parts. Either way, I know a lot of people have their issues and things about Amanda Seales. I don't agree with everything she be saying, but I actually...
Dude, they're doing exactly that, all right? People are doing lives, laying down in bed, all right? Hopping on StreamYards, all right? While they in bed still. Bonnets and all right? Still in bathrobes. Shit, people are comfortable. Hey, we doing this from home. Shit, let me get comfortable. I don't care. Right?
I know a lot of people have their issues and things about Amanda Seales. I don't agree with everything she be saying, but I actually like Amanda Seales. I know that she's put in a lot of work. She's had a very dope career. Amanda, if you're watching this, unblock me on Instagram, okay? I never even said nothing bad about you publicly. I might have liked the comment that said something that was a criticism towards you, but I think you dope. Unblock me, baby. Come on now. What's wrong with you?
And I don't like it.
We have that footage, but y'all now are familiar with this guy right here, Paul Birdsong, the guy who's going around screaming he's the new chairman of the Black Panther Party. I want y'all to take a look at this footage right here that I found.
Chief, of an interview we did 2 weeks ago with a protester. He talked about protesters in Portland being taken in unmarked vehicles by agents. But during the interview, he talks about gangs in Lansing.
You come try to snatch one of us, the rest of us gonna blast you.
Damn. Freaking commercials.
You better do that while we not with each other. And then you come to Sandhurst with the Pyrus and the gangster disciples is linked up at and try to snatch somebody over there. I dare you.
Whoa. He got very gangster.
Make sure you get this in Sandhurst. That's Sandhurst. Come over there, try to take somebody.
Not only do we have that footage, but come to find out, your man's is a sexual offender.
Why he's playing like that?
Offender. Register sexual offender. He got to register.
Hold up. Wait. We got to read this. All right. Now, few things here. First and foremost, let's just go back to the whole Pyru thing. There's absolutely nothing wrong with somebody gangbanging and then reforming their life, turning over a new leaf and deciding to do the proper work in the streets. However, it is very possible that he actually is working with them peoples. I'm just did some research trying to find this alleged paperwork online, and what I came across is posts on Facebook talking about how he actually has been he's a failed rapper, so they say, and he's been harassing police and things for years, trying to get attention so that the police can come interview him. And now this is just another scam that he's falling in line with. I don't see his name on this paperwork at all.
That's what I was just looking at when I was looking at the big screen, because on the big screen I can see the words a little better, and this is big enough that I can see over there. And I'm not sure if it's because, you know, up here it says Paul Birdsong is an offender. But all I can see really right there, date of birth, well, they blocking where the name is supposed to be at. But then his name is nowhere near here. And the person pled guilty. They failed to, you know, they failed to report. So they didn't just plead guilty, they failed to report to, you know, to what you call it, John, to the registry. And this happened back in 2010. Huh. Could it be him? I don't know. This is a hard jacket to put on someone. So me, personally, I can't see this piece of paper. All right. I cannot call the man this. I cannot label him this until I got actual proof in my hand. I mean, I say that about anybody else. All right. Because once you put this label on somebody, then life is over. So make sure that when you're going to label someone, label that right person. All right. Because y'all know how I feel. All right. We build caskets over here. All right. I feel as though they need to be buried 10 feet underground. But listen, don't mean that I'm going to really do it. I'm just saying that's how I feel. All right. Shit, if we could bring back some of them laws from back in the day, I got to show y'all me saying that. All right. Papa Duck has a video. All right. And he found another law. All right. That is not the Harabachi law. I forgot how to say it. I can't even pronounce that damn. But if y'all understand me, y'all understand me, all right? Y'all know that I get tongue twisted. Sometimes I invent some words, all right? Me and Webster's Dictionary need to link up and, you know, like, look, listen, I've made up these words, all right? They really cool, though. Like, they just look, listen. But anyways, man, we need to get the proper information before we put this type of label on someone, all right? And another thing, I say this constantly, all right? A lot of men, all right, are accused of doing this, and they're in the registry and they don't even belong there because they've been accused of it wrongfully. While men that belong in the registry have found ways to stay off that registry and are still walking these streets free. That's fucked up. Listen, not everybody that's in the registry belongs in the registry, and everybody that belongs in the registry is not really in the registry. As crazy as that sounds, all right? And I'm not saying that everybody in the registry doesn't belong there. I'm just saying that a few men that are on that registry don't belong there. I'm not going to say the same about the women. Nope, I'm not. I'm sorry. The women that are on the registry belong in the registry. I haven't found one innocent woman yet. But anyways, let's continue.
And anybody can just post up a document online and say that you are a such and such. So I'm not even going to get into that. It's also possible that Paul Birdsong is actually his fake name, his you know, CIA name, and he really has another name. It's also possible that something happened and he didn't actually offend somebody.
Like I just said.
The charge that he ended up with.
Like I just said.
What I'm saying? So I'm not going to harp too deep into that. Unless more information comes out, I'm not even going to go down that route. I'm fine enough with just putting the black man down for being fake. And
exactly. If he's fake, he's fake. Let's expose him for that. But if you don't got real proof, right, that this man is a sex offender, I can't label him like that. Show me the real proof, and then we could, you know, we could have a real conversation. All right. But other than that, without no proof, no, I can't do it.
And
I agree with you. And what's crazy is, all right, Crank Lucas, I understand you, but I doubt a lot of people going to understand what you're saying. Let me see. Do you got some comments down here? Oh, you do. Oh shit! Look what somebody in the comments said. Founder of the Black Panthers, Huey P. Newton, was a teenager arrested several times, including for gun possession and vandalism at age 14. Guess nobody should have seen him as a role model either. And he makes a good point. All right. That goes back to what I was saying earlier, all right, about the gangbangers. That there's a lot of gangbangers that, actually do change their lives around. But nobody want to hear that.
Using and cosplaying the name of the Black Panthers for his own personal gain and attention. I'm cool enough just reprimanding him for that. I don't have to go to the, oh, you're also an S offender, and that's not actually true, because too many of our brothers are indicted for crimes that they actually did not commit. Anyway, let's continue.
Offender, sexual offender, register, sexual offender. He got to register. This is why I keep telling y'all. Y'all keep trying to argue with me in the comments. Y'all have to stop blindly following people that just pop up out of nowhere with a cause. This man is an agent. He is an agent that is working for the government in some way, shape, or form. I do not believe this man has free will and he's out here making decisions on his own. I've seen him as a Pyru. I've seen him dressed as a Blood. I've seen him in a Malcolm X outfit. He has identity crisis.
So apparently the government couldn't get a Black Panther, so they decided to hire a Caramel Kitten. That's crazy.
Damn.
Huey P. Newton's daughter is filing a lawsuit against this man for using the Black Panther name and image.
Huey P. Newton's niece says that she may file a lawsuit.
But y'all, please stop following false prophets. Don't J. Cole got a song about false prophets? Nothing that this man is doing is beneficial to the Black community. Fighting and combating ICE is not beneficial to the Black community. I don't care what no one has to say. And I got more information on Paul Burr's song. I ain't even dropped all the information I got more.
But drop the information is legit, not something that, anybody could print out of a computer. It has to be legit paperwork, dude. You want people to back you up and label someone as a predator without legit paperwork. Now, the gangbanger situation, anybody could turn their life around. All right. And I wish somebody that, was from the streets. I wish my baby Pops was here right now. All right. And I'm not saying he was a gangbanger. What I'm saying is that I wish somebody that was, that was around this stuff, that lived them actual, trenches, walked on them actual trenches, right? Probably had family members or was in the middle of that. You see where I'm coming from? Or seen some shit to come up on the panel and really talk about it. But hey, nobody's gonna do that. All right. Like, it's great. But if you know what I'm talking about, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
And then there's more. But the more videos he make, the more videos I'm gonna make, because I'm not gonna let y'all follow no false prophet. I'm sorry. Y'all can call me a hater. Y'all can say I ain't doing nothing for the community, but I ain't no offender that needs to be registered out here talking about, so we need to protect the people from ICE. No, the people need to be protected from you.
Where did R&B originate? AC, aka Small Pop. What's up?
Why he look like a Black Nicky Jam? What the fuck?
Tell me what this track is all about. You know what? Although the cameras are on me, I want to give this to my son, Lil AC, and let him explain what this track is all about. How about that?
What it's about is a lot of cats haven't misconstrued it, what being a Pyru is. And I just wanted to fix that. So in the song, in the two verses, I'm talking about myself and how I handle things and see things. And then he's talking about being powerful, indestructible, revengeful, united, which is what Pyru, the acronym for the street name, is. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically teaching these cats what it's really about. It's not about, oh, I'm shooting at them because they're wearing blue. It's not about the drugs and all that other stuff. It's about who you are as a man, who you are as an individual. So that's what.
But he was acting very gangster in the beginning of the video. Like, wait, I'm confused. The messages are very contradictory, but let's continue.
What the whole song is about.
Are you?
Oh, we got hit with a. I should have been on the other channel.
Broke, struggling to
skip that. What's wrong with you?
All power to the people. I'm Chairman Paul from the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. So a lot of people have been tagging me and sending me this video of this young man with his shirt off, disrespecting us. talking crazy about us on the internet, and I guess I'm supposed to respond to it. But the reality of the matter is that I'm out here confronting the police in the hood every single day, right? Just like when I was at 40th and Fairmount in the Bottoms in West Philly, confronting the police for running that kid over, and then that black kid over, and then getting out and punching him and kicking him, right? Just like the week before, you know, when we were confronting the pigs over here on Broad and Diamond, you know, or not too long ago where the pigs hopped out and choked one of the brothers. So I chased the pig down at 20th and Susquehanna.
I can't. Well, he keeps saying pig, like, OMG, like, he's like, I chased the pig down. Oink, 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 oink. And I'm like, you mean cops? But I get it. They call them pigs in the streets. I get it.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm constantly in the hood confronting the pigs and the police officers. Black Panther Party headquarters is 20.
Oh, yeah. I'm constantly in the hood confronting the pigs and the police officers. Wait, I thought they was like the same. Hold up. Did I hear him right?
Down at 20th and Susquehanna. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm constantly in the hood confronting the pigs and the police officers. Black Panther Party headquarters.
I'm constantly in the hood confronting the pigs and the police officers. I thought the police officers were the pigs. Hold up. Wait a minute.
21, 23 grats in the hood, you know? So, you know, it's not really, I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to insult the young brother because obviously he doesn't know what he's talking about. Obviously he didn't see the videos of me and the Elder Panthers. Obviously he doesn't know that every single week we take care of one of the Elder Panthers, the originals, you know, the ones that teach us and learn and show us the way, the ones that are our leadership, you know, like Clarence Peterson or Aaron Dixon or Elmer Dixon or Rashad Birdsong or Billy Che Brooks, you know, all these original Black Panthers who are our leaders, who are our elders, who are our mentors, you know.
Yeah, he never mentioned Newton.
So, you know, we didn't just get up one day and decide to call ourselves the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. Aaron Dixon gave us permission to be the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. We didn't just start wearing their emblem. The guy who created the Black Panther Party emblem, Henry Douglas, gave us permission to wear that. We earned the permission to wear that by risking our lives on a regular basis, going up against the slave catchers, what you call police, you know. We earn that because every day where we're at right now, headquarters is open where people could come and get food for their family and clothing for their children every single day.
So basically he's saying that the Newtons didn't give him the permission, but one of the founders, all right, gave him permission to actually, you know, use the Black Panthers. So I mean, this seems kind of like, you know, how they have the gangs and the crews and all that. Then some way, somehow, one of the members ends up starting their own little crew or their own little gang on the side. That's what it seems like.
You know what I'm saying? So you should probably do some research. Paul Birdsong, you can Google me. I done fought the National Guard. I done fought the Ku Klux Klan.
Damn.
I done fought the sheriff, SWAT, and I'm still here because I haven't lost yet. You know why? People power. Black.
Man, he said I went Mortal Kombat on these mofos, all right? Let's say, woo! Let me find out, Street Fighters. Are you okay?
Power. You know what I'm saying? ICE runs into communities and brutalizes Black women and children every single day. You know? And the Black Panther Party is not a nationalist group, we're an internationalist group. Any type of oppressed people, anywhere, we fight for them. You know what I'm saying? So if the person is oppressed, which, you know, these immigrants are, you know, then we stand up for them. You know, you want to talk about immigrants, let's talk about the white immigrants that came to this land and took this land, the ones that are sicking ice on everybody right now. You know,
I mean, he's not saying nothing different from what I've been saying, all right? The leaders of, you know, the so-called leaders of this country, right, are immigrants themselves, right? Like, look at all the presidents and stuff like that, right? From George Washington on down, right? Even who created who started everything? Wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was William Penn, right? Who was it? William Penn did something. What was it? The Declaration? No, that was George Washington, right? If I'm not mistaken. I know a lot of shit started with William Penn, right? From William Penn on down. And what's crazy is when you look at the presidents, right? They all related to somebody that isn't, a part of history, all right, or somebody from England, the Queen, the King. I mean, look, listen, man. We'll break this down on another live when we go down the rabbit holes, all right? But right now, look, let's continue. This shit is wild.
I think you brothers and sisters should do some reading, some educating of yourselves, you know? I'm not going to insult you back. That's beneath me, you know? But if ever you're hungry, if ever you need some clothes, if ever you got to go to court and you need somebody to advocate for you, if ever the police get to whooping your ass and you need somebody to help you, I got you. All power to the people.
Damn. What happened?
Has Kyrie texted you back?
I mean, I don't know. They could be legit because if they got permission from the leaders, from some of the leaders, then they legit. Now, if they did this and they had no permission from the head honchos, then that's where the problem would happen. Now, I'm not sure if, Newton's niece is going to really go along with the lawsuit, but let's see what happens, all right? When we get an update, y'all get an update.
And it's the thing, it sounds good, but these Pyru videos and all this other stuff is just, and it doesn't sound like that very first clip of him on the news. It looked old, but it seemed like it was like more recent than old, if that makes sense. The S-offender allegation, like I said, I tried to scan the paperwork. I didn't see his name on there nowhere. If that's his actual name, I didn't see it on there. It doesn't mean it's false, but that guy,
But I'm going to leave it right there, man. It's like another 10 minutes left on this video. If y'all want to go check him out, y'all can. All right? Like, let me do this right here real quick. There you go. I'm going to be on this John for like another 30 minutes. But while I'm on this John, all right, let's go back over here. And let's go to the regular YouTube. All right. Let's look at some content creators. Let's see what are they talking about. All right. So I see Selena is live. All right. Y'all hear me mention Selena a lot, but we're not going to check on her. We're not going to go on her live. We're going to go. Oh, did it take me to her live? Let's not go.
After my time.
Here we go. Get out off the live. All right, here we go on her page. All right, if y'all haven't checked out Selena, make sure y'all do. All right, because she's live, I'm just gonna play maybe one of her videos. I'm not sure. All right, we're gonna go any, mini, money, go pick a tiger by the toe. Every dollars let him go. I pick. Let's see. Hey, Cardi B. Yeah, but it's Selena. She be doing some great interviews. I think she was supposed to interview Answer today, right? Yeah, I'm not sure if she is. Because I saw Tehran on the John, not Answer. But make sure y'all come and check out Selena. All right. Let me see who we got over here. I haven't watched Chef TMZ in a while. Let me see. I mean, Chef, TMG. TMGZ. All right, we got Chef TMGZ. All right, he's got some great content. All right, make sure y'all go check him out. I think his last video was on Tyler Robinson, Charlie Kirk shooter arrested. Let's check his last short. Let's see. Okay. I'm guessing he made that because he's a chef and that John look good. I'm sure look good on them Johns. All right, let's see what his last live was about. I can't see me. All right, there we go. Okay, he spoke on MLK 4 days ago. Oh yeah, I had started to see this because I haven't seen him in a while. He was speaking on the Black Panthers, but I didn't really finish listening to what he was talking about. So let's listen to a little bit of what Chef TMGZ said about the Black Panthers. I fell asleep.
And I think a lot of them were traitors. Like, you know, there's more than one mole. There wasn't just one person that was ratting out everybody. That's just me. You know, but I think they figured it out. But anyhow, this stuff right here is not real.
That's not real.
You know, it's not.
Talk to us.
It's not the thing where you should go out there and attack these people on. As I said, that's all you got to do. Now you go over there and you try to pick up some gun and, you know, ICE is coming in this neighborhood where you can't carry weapons, and you go chase them down thinking these people are gonna help you. They're gonna pop your ass.
There's some dead.
Yeah,
He said they gonna pop your ass.
No, there's a lot of stuff going on out here.
Man.
I've been saying this.
Let me just finish that like that.
When it comes,
make sure you go check out Chef TMGZ. All right, great conversations, great topics. I need to start getting his notifications, but I'm not. Right, he funny as shit. I just wanted to show y'all his channel. All right, before I continue to show y'all channels. All right, hold on. Where's Papa Doug? I know Papa Doug just had a video. Do I got Papa Duck over here on the side? Where is my boo? You at Papa? Ah, there you go, boo. I know you just uploaded that video. I see the title. Let me see. Is it here? Here we go. All right. And this is not the Harabachi law. All right. I think this is a whole new law. I started watching.
To destroy their own property.
I started watching.
In 1669.
Here we go. I want to from the beginning. Come on, pause. Here we go. All right. So Papa Duck says, did you know this law gave people the permission to unalive people? All right. Now I knew about the Harabachi law, but this one I didn't know about.
In 1669, Virginia passed a law that said if an enslaved Black person died during punishment, the enslaver could not be charged with murder. Not manslaughter, not homicide, no crime at all. This legal principle became known as the casual killing doctrine. The logic was simple and cruel. The law said no rational person would intentionally destroy their own property. So if a slave died during correction, it must have been accidental. Therefore, no accountability. Black people were not human under the law. We were chattel, assets, tools. And when tools broke under abuse, the law shrugged. That doctrine did not disappear when slavery ended. It evolved.
Did you see that? See, America didn't start killing Black people. It just changed the paperwork. Pay attention, because what I'm about to show y'all, I promise you, they don't never teach you this shit in school.
Man, that'd be wild. And listen, man, when he says pay attention, because he be breaking this drawing down.
I promise you. Check this out. During slavery, there was a law called the Casual Killing Act. Have y'all ever heard of that? What is that?
I don't know.
It's gonna blow your mind. That means if a slave died during what they call correction, discipline, or punishing a slave, the slave owner faced no consequences, no trials, no charges, no accountability. There also was an anti-literacy act, right? To where if a slave owner was caught educating a slave, he was punishable.
We know about that one.
And if a slave was caught educating another slave, he or she was punishable by death.
Facts.
Now remember, these horrific acts was carried out by what we call so-called Christian men and women, so-called Christian slave owners. Let that sink in. Meaning we were meant to be dumb and stupid and uneducated by law. This is why in slave movies you would see slaves talk like they slow, like yes sir, master, or yes sir. That's why. You know what I'm saying? That was the blueprint. Slavery ended on paper, but the system didn't disappear. Slave patrols didn't vanish.
Ooh, he is saying everything we've been talking about. All right, listen, that foundation is what we need to change. The question is, how do we go about it? Right? Because history hasn't changed. All right, it's just, how can I say, changed uniforms. All right, changed faces, changed names. That's it.
Also got government funding from our motherfucking tax dollars. We are funding our own demise with this wicked ass system.
They need to hear you again.
He or she was punishable by death. Now remember, these horrific acts was carried out by what we call so-called Christian men and women, so-called Christian slave owners. Let that sink in. Meaning we were meant to be dumb and stupid and uneducated by law. This is why in slave movies you would see slaves talk like they slow, like yes sir, master, or yes sir. That's why. You know what I'm saying? That was the blueprint. Slavery ended on paper, but the system didn't disappear. Slave patrols didn't vanish. They got uniforms and badges. And they also got government funding from our motherfucking tax dollars. We are funding our own demise with this wicked ass system. The Casual Killing Act, it gets renamed. You know what they call it today? They call it qualified immunity. I told y'all what qualified immunity is. Basically, qualified immunity means if a police officer kills someone, they are protected unless you can prove they violated a law, right? That was already clearly established.
Facts. And that's why y'all have constantly heard me say, right, out of all Trump's, policies and laws that he talked about, was like giving the police immunity. They already got immunity by law. So how much more immunity do you want to give them? And I'm glad Papa Duck brought this out here, man. If y'all haven't checked Papa Duck out, make sure y'all do. All right.
These officers kill someone, they are protected unless you can prove they violated a law, right? That was already clearly established, right? And in layman's term, basically what that means is if the courts haven't already approved this act kind of killing as illegal, then this killing is legal. This is how the courts act. You feel me? That's not justice, bro. That's just permission to give a bitch to kill. That's basically all it is. Back then, the excuse was correction. Today, it's I fear for my life. He resisted. She didn't comply. I thought it was a weapon. It happened so fast. Fuck out of here, bro. Different language, same outcome. Look what happened to Eric Garner. I can't breathe. No charges. Tamir Rice, 12 years old, shot in seconds. No charges. Breonna Taylor, sleeping in her home. Motherfucker walked in and whoop, 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 whoop. No charges. Philando Castile did everything right, still died. Officer walked away scot-free, paid leave without tax dollars.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? These aren't accidents, bro. They are precedent. Here's the system revealed. Though, like, check this out. I'm gonna break this shit down. Right? Notice what the system asks. Not was this life taken, but can we legally justify? What shit is that? That's the same question slave courts asked back in the days. Because punishing the enforcer threatens the system. It shows the shallow and weak system being challenged by the people, and they don't want that in people's head. They don't want that idea in our head that we can overthrow that shit. So they're gonna make sure they support each other and uphold the bullshit. Slave owners didn't disappear. They converted all from plantations to motherfucking precincts. That's it.
And you ain't lying, but people don't want to listen. People don't want to listen to that, right? And me, listen, just like you, I ain't gonna stop talking about it, right? And I said this the last time I went live. To understand how police and courts, right, and zoning how can I say, zone and carry colonial DNA, you have to look, at the mindset behind colonial rule. All right, control the land, control the labor, control the movement of people. That was the entire operation system of colonial. All right, and it started in Philadelphia. It wasn't just about building a city. It was about managing a population. And that mentality didn't vanish, right, when the colonies became a nation. It simply got absorbed, all right, into the institutions that replaced colonial authority. The uniforms changed, the titles changed, the language changed, but the purpose stayed the same. Maintain order in a way that protects the people at the top. All right. Policing, right, in Philly didn't grow out of, a desire for community safety, right? And even though it started in Pennsylvania, right, it was the same in other places, right? It grew out of a desire to regulate behavior. Early colonial patrols weren't chasing criminals, all right? They were monitoring undesirable groups, enforcing curfews, and protecting property owners. That logic still lives in modern policing. Look at which neighborhoods get the most surveillance, all right? The most stops, the most, how can I say, aggressive enforcement. It's not random, all right? It's the same colonial logic of manage the population that threatens the comfort of the powerful. The tools are modern, but the instinct is ancient. Control first, safety second, right? Even the structure of policing carries colonial fingerprints. All right, colonial authorities use patrols to enforce social hierarchy, making sure certain groups, all right, stayed in their place. Today, policing still reinforces invisible boundaries. All right, certain communities get over policed while others get get protected. Certain behaviors get criminalized while others get excused. All right, that's not a coincidence. That's the system built, all right, on centuries of, deciding who lives, who lives, who needs monitoring, all right, and who lives, who lives deserved freedom. The badge may be modern, but the blueprint is straight out of the 1700s. And y'all can correct me anytime y'all want, all right? And now let's talk about the courts, because, this is where the colonial DNA shows up, right? The loudest. Colonial courts weren't designed to deliver justice. They were designed to maintain order and protect property. Judges were, extensions of the ruling class, not the neutral referees. And that mindset still shapes the modern court system today. Look at how, cases involving wealth, land, or business get handled compared to cases involving poverty or survival. Look how long it takes to get justice, all right, if you're poor versus how quickly things move if you have resources. The court system still operates on the colonial assumption that stability matters more, than fairness. But I could be wrong. I could just be probably talking shit out my mouth. But I've done my research, and this is just my point of view, all right? The language of the courts also carry colonial logic. Terms like this, disorderly, all right, vagrant, trespass, and public nuisance. All right, they were originally created to control the lower class, all right, and marginalized groups. The same terms still appear in modern charges, often used to police poverty, homelessness, and protest. Right, the court system inherited a vocabulary built to criminalize anyone who didn't fit the colonial ideal. All right, of respectable society. And even when the laws change, the mindset behind them, all right, lingers. The court still decides who is a threat and who is a citizen worth protecting, just like colonial magistrates did. But I could just be talking shit out on it, all right? For real, for real. All right? But like I said on my last live, right? Like Philly, Pennsylvania, where everything started, was nothing more than a political machine. And it's the same thing here, right? You have to go all the way back to to the colonial blueprint, not the stories, all right? Not the statues, but the architecture of power itself. All right? Colonial Philly, colonial Jersey, colonial Detroit, colonial Boston, colonial Washington, all right? Wasn't just a settlement. It was, a controlled environment designed to, funnel authority upward. The people at the top controlled land, trade courts, and, information. The structure didn't disappear when the revolution happened. It simply changed hands. All right. The same centralized power Penn and his circle held became the foundation for the political machines that came later. The names changed, the parties changed, but the idea stayed the same. A small group decide how the city runs, all right, and everyone else navigates around that reality. So if y'all really want change to happen, we have to hit the foundation. How do we hit the foundation? That's the biggest question, because we can't seem to get people to unite unless a war is happening. But let's continue. All right, my bad, boo. I was long-winded, right? I apologize. All right, let me let you continue.
You got to understand, patrols, slave patrols, they were the police back then. They went from whips to Glocks, from correction to use of force.
Facts. We got the meal ticket up in this joint, man. Big shout out to the meal ticket. Make sure y'all go check him out. All right, man. Show him some support. Man, listen, purchase yourself some loaner merchandise. I've been saying it for a minute. I got to go get myself one, all right? I got to hit the website and grip me a damn hoodie. I wonder if he got some sweatpants, but I definitely got to grip me some loaner merchandise, all right? Man, listen, check him out. But, yo, real shit, Papa Duck, and I'm glad that he's breaking this down. I wish we had more people that could break this joint down. I wish we could have more people that could have conversations like this, but we don't, man. And I didn't mean to cut you off, all right? I just had to give a big shout out to the meal ticket, all right? Big shout out to the meal ticket, yo.
From plantations to motherfucking precincts. That's it. You got to understand, patrols, slave patrols, they were the police back then. They went from whips to Glocks, from correction to use of force. Same power, same protection. Different century. Same shit. So don't let them gaslight you, bro. The system it ain't broken. It's working exactly as designed. The casual killing act never ended. Okay? It just put on a badge and renamed it qualified immunity. So this is the type of game these motherfuckers been playing, and they're gonna continue to play it. People don't understand the slave patrols were the ones making sure the slaves didn't run. And they basically versus police officers. Same shit, man. Motherfucker doing the same shit today, bro. And a lot of y'all may have never heard of the Casual Killing Act. Well, these motherfuckers got a system where you can kill a bitch by law. Now, these so-called Christian people now. So-called Christian people.
And a lot of people haven't heard of a lot of these acts, man. I was shocked when I found out about the Harabashi law when you put it out there. I was like, whoa, we had a law where we can sit here and actually kill these predators. Like, Lord have mercy. If only we could bring back that law and take justice into our own hands, yo. Lord have mercy, yo. We building caskets up in this joint.
They say it's okay to do this to other people. That's why I say y'all better wake the fuck up, man. Use your damn head, bro. God ain't gonna punish you because you want to know the truth. And that's why he gave you common sense.
Facts, bro.
The type of shit these people used to do, and you want to say they Christians, and you want to say that y'all can believe in the same higher power, whatever. Look, man, put your comments on the bottom of this video. I ain't gonna hold y'all long. Just a little brief take on what's going on. There was a law, the anti-literacy law, go look it up, where it was illegal for you to be educated. They didn't want you to know shit so that you could be easily taken advantage of. There was a law called the Casual Killing Act, where if you was being punished for something you did and they beat the shit out of you to the point you died, no consequences. No consequences. Get the fuck out of here. And there's a lot of other laws y'all don't know about. You know what I'm saying? The no loitering law, where 4 to 5 black people couldn't gather. They call it, they couldn't gather. They couldn't sit and talk. They had to break up. Bro, this is God's land. Why the fuck we got to do what they say do? And the only thing is, sad part is, we're all under that same scrutiny today. Don't give a fuck what color you are. If you white, you are a slave.
Facts.
Black, slave. Brown,
Facts.
you're a slave. Latino, Jamaican, Haitian, Caucasian. It don't fucking matter. You are a motherfucking slave. Remember, if they can convince you that you're not a slave, they don't have to worry about you rebelling. Going to work every day for that mighty dollar, you are a fucking slave. We all are. We go make money just to give it to them every 30 days and repeat that shit. This is one of the stupidest, flawed systems. I don't understand why we can't wake up from this shit. But I understand because brainwashing and coercion and programming is a powerful fucking thing. They're after this. And once they get this, your whole reality is locked in box.
Facts.
Think about what I said.
Shout out to Papa Duck, man. Make sure y'all go check out my boo. All right, man. Look, listen, we gotta take a quick little, little break. I gotta put on my Dej Loaf. All right. I know, listen, I love me some Dej Loaf. Let's put on some Dej Loaf, and then we're gonna check the content creators because we got some more time. All right. Ain't nobody hit this link to talk about none of these topics. All right. Now, unless you're gonna promote your channel and come up here, we're not gonna sit here and be hours and hours and hours. All right. Now, a few minutes, yeah, man. I dropped it. Like, come up here, promote your channel for a few minutes, but ain't nobody do that. So I'm gonna put on a little bit of Dej Loaf real quick, all right? And then we're gonna check out a few more content creators on this list of mine that I sit and watch. So far, we just checked out Chef TMGZ, all right? We're gonna check out Ice. Mob Only Uncut. Then we got Fugitive TV. Oh, Beautiful One is on this John. All right. I'm not sure if we're gonna make it up to Beautiful One, but we'll see. We'll see. I didn't even ask for no goddamn blue face and Krishan. What is you doing, man? I didn't even know that. Shit, something with you, man. I want my Dej Loaf. Where my song at? Where my song at? Where my song? Hey there. Nope, I don't want to play Hey There. Hey there. Ooh, baby daddy, I know you watching. It's for you, baby daddy.
New Year, same extra.
I ain't changing channel. We got a little commercial. These darn commercials get on my nerves. Whatever you do, you dance. Yeah. Yeah. Let them know. Let that man know who is the run. Let them know who's the one that runs them sheets. All right. It ain't him. All right. He may run them streets, but us women, we run them sheets. All right. Let them know. You know that's right, baby daddy? Do your dance, do your dance, do your dance, do your dance. Hey, with her hair tied up. In the streets in the dress with her hair tied up. Rockin' hair tied up. Sheets in the room with her hands tied up. Whatever you want, whatever you want. Not a problem, not a problem at all. What you like? Whatever you like. Yeah, she be killing that, John. Y'all sleep with her. Y'all sleep with Dej Loaf.
To your true passion.
Yo, she be having bars. I don't listen to Dej Loaf, right? Y'all is sleep on Shorty. She got them lyrics. She got them bars, right? And listen, I'm hoping she ain't sell her soul, but she ain't selling her soul from what I know so far. Snap. Yo, man, why y'all sleep on Dej? They is really sleep on Dej, man. Really sleep on Dej. My bad. I'm in my little music bag. I know. I don't know what just hit me. I just wanted to listen to music. I don't know where. Ain't nobody talking to me, so shit. Sometimes you gotta get back to your old ways, don't you? I ain't gonna sit here and lie, all right? Sometimes mofo make you feel like getting back to your old ways, all right? I ain't gonna I ain't gonna, how can I say, deny the fact that people around you, whether it's around you or through social media, all right, they make you like, damn, man, like you just don't get it. If you just make the old me come out, man, it's just curtains. And you don't want the old me to come out. Like, boy, people just don't understand, man. I'll be like, yo, y'all really want to test. All right, y'all want to really test and see how ruthless and, you know, how can I say, careless somebody can really be. Should be wild. I love Deja Love. All right, her music.
We all do it. You see a line and wonder, should I join it?
I hate commercials. But yo, the BGBT, man, Bad Girl, Lord, man. I'm telling you, she got songs I can relate to, man. And this is how mofos be having me feel sometimes, boy. Oh, Deja Love, man, she be motivation.
Lancome.
What the fuck with these ads? All right, good. Shout out to Deja Love, yo, man. Where? Oh, look, man. Where's Tink? I can't play too much music. Play with this song I like. Let's see. Why isn't her new music popping up? What the hell's going on? I said Tink, not T-Pain. Damn, like she's still on this show? Yo, what's going on? Damn, it's not coming out. Damn. Oh, I gotta dedicate song to Answer and all his loves. Answer, this is for you and all your loves. I don't know if you seeing this, if you started your love or what, but this is for you and all of your loves.
You are stuck.
I pray for Answer. You know, since you decided to put your mule out there and get all these stalkers, this is for you and your stalkers. Ooh, see, Answer, you gotta be careful. You heard what she said? Holding on to me, even though we unofficial. You gotta be careful what you say to a woman. Lord, that heart is just so. Listen, don't play around with a woman's fragile heart. Like, oh, yeah, man. I'm sorry, I had to play that with my Answer, man. Like, listen, it's a shame, man. Ooh, Lord have mercy. YouTube drama. But hold up, wait. Oh, I was about to change the wrong John. Listen, Answer don't take this serious, all right, man. We just joking around. Because this isn't even real life. But anyways, all right, let's get back to the content, all right? Because we're gonna just check out a few more content creators. And I'm gonna get off this John. All right, let's see. All right. Oh, we got the madam. All right. Let's see what does the madam got. Come get this smoke. We gotta check her shorts out. All right, we're gonna be checking out the shorts. Y'all need to come and check the videos and show some support. All right.
Maybe because these people, they are crazy because they always talk about how Christian they is. Yeah, I don't know how many of them on that side are getting divorced because they getting caught up sleeping with their co-workers, staffers, interns, all the things. Yeah, you ain't got to believe me. Just go Google. You'll find some of it. I'm telling you. And the wives is being messy and petty. They putting it in the divorce. I'm like, ooh, that's got to be true because your lawyer would know that they going to lose it if they. Maybe because these people.
Was Jasmine Crockett a comedian before she, got into politics? I mean, I know she's got her little, diplomas and stuff like that. But Lord have mercy, sometimes I feel like I'm listening to a comedian when I'm listening to Jasmine Crockett. I ain't gonna sit here and lie, man. Look, make sure y'all come show Yaya some support on Come Get This Smoke. All right, this is her channel right here. Let's go check on the next one. Urbaneer. It's been a minute since I've seen. I don't get his notifications at all. What's he talking about? All right, this was 2 weeks ago. Brother Bilal reveals how he caught Will Smith with, bruh, what? Hold up, wait a minute. What in the world is going on? I need to catch up to some of the people that I've been watching. I don't get these fucking notifications.
That he had sex with Bashir Gray, but it was consensual.
What?
Right? He said, "You know Will raped me. You know
what?
Diddy made me suck his penis. You know what's going on. You know Charlie made me suck." Well, I'm gonna give you a chapter from the book since I owed you something.
Okay.
In the book, in one of the chapters, they talk about mentorship. So I grabbed my husband. I said, "Listen, I don't know. I didn't know what happened. Nothing. I was just asked to come." Is this true? Yeah. No. I'm gonna let you. You about to see if it's true from the paperwork. Oh, we telling something that got paperwork involved. You know.
Is the Will Smith rumors actually true? Like, I mean, look, listen. They've been going on for years. I mean, years. My daughter is 9 years old already. This shit is wild. Like, you see what I was talking about earlier? How? Listen, if this is true, right? Listen, pay attention to how, it's crazy how the predators are out walking free, while innocents are behind bars. All right, don't let that go over your head. All right, don't overthink it. Just listen to what I say. Damn, that's crazy, man. Make sure y'all come check out the Urbaneer. All right, great channel. I mean, yeah, great channel, great content. All right, and as y'all can see, he does celebrity gossip a lot. It's been a minute since I've seen this. Damn. Oh, here's one of my favorite content creators. We got Jamaican Shore Fishing. Shout out to Jamaican Shore Fishing, man. I know that y'all into fishing and want to learn about different types of fish and stuff like that, man. Come check out Jamaican Shore Fishing. Right? Great content, great topics, great conversations. All right.
And he's selling gears. So Jamaican Shore Fishing will endorse gears all the time, just like I endorse Real Rods and Russ and Kingston. So guys, listen to me. I endorse fishing because fishing is family fun time. Take your son fishing, take your daughter fishing, spend some time, and you can have those little conversations that you need to have from when. You can have those little birds and bees conversation, and you want to have a little conversation about the boyfriend where I climb tree window at night time. So yeah, I want. So guys, big up yourself.
Damn, the studio kicked me out. Yeah. Let me stop it. All right. My YouTube is acting stupid. My studio is acting stupid. But we already hit the 2-hour mark. That was Jamaican Shore Fishing. Make sure y'all go check him out. Great content. All right. Great conversations. Great topics, man. But this is all the time that I got for y'all. I've already hit the 2-hour mark. Let me get off this John. If y'all haven't subbed up, make sure y'all do. But, man, I'll see y'all on my next